Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Social Studies class. This is Pakistan School Muscat. I'm your teacher, Ms. Shazia Safdar. Today we are going to revise lesson number 10, Our Past. By revising this lesson, the students will be able to strengthen the concepts studied in this lesson. The students will be able to remember the gist of the lesson. Let's start revision. Our past. Ancient sites tell us that a number of different people lived here in the past. The most famous ancient sites of Pakistan are Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and Taxila, which were the part of the Indus Valley civilization. Recently, archaeologists found some more ancient sites of Pakistan that are located at Mehergarh in Balochistan, Rahman Dheri near Dera Ismail Khan, and Kot Diji. Dear children, now I'll ask few questions from the previous slide. I hope you are able to answer these questions. Question number 1. What was the name of the great civilization of Pakistan? I repeat the question. What was the name of the great civilization of Pakistan? Yes, the name of the great civilization of Pakistan is Indus Valley Civilization. The next question is, name the two most famous cities of the Indus Valley civilization. And the answer is Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. Indus Valley civilization. According to the historians, the Indus Valley civilization was situated around the plains of the river Indus in about 2600 BCE. The people of this civilization were very advanced. They used wheels, made pots, clothes, and different things out of metals such as copper. Harappa is the most famous archaeological site in Punjab, and Mohenjo-daro is the most famous archaeological site in Sindh. It means the mound of the dead. There are remains of houses, temples, baths, granary, and streets with a proper drainage system. Remains of pottery, ornaments, jewelry, clay figures, and seals with inscriptions and symbols are also found. The people of this civilization traded with neighboring regions. For example, fragments of cotton cloth made here found in Iraq. Yes, now again the questions. What is the meaning of the word Mohenjo-daro? Where is it located? What is the meaning of the word Mohenjo-daro? Where is it located? The answer is Mohenjo-daro means mound of the dead. It is located near Ladkana in Sindh. The next question is, in what ways have we learned about the early civilizations in the subcontinent? The answer is, we have learned about the early civilizations through archaeology and history. When the Indus Valley civilization was declining, the first people came to this area were the Aryans. They came into the subcontinent from the northwest around 1500 BCE. They were a large tribe from the Central Asia that invaded the subcontinent and settled in the fertile plains of the Indus and Ganges rivers. The Aryans brought a new culture with them. They brought a new language, Sanskrit, and a new religion, Hinduism, which developed further over the centuries. For fast traveling, they used horses and chariots. They were a strong, active, and lively race. Yes, let's answer the question from the previous slide. The question is, who were the Aryans? Yes, children, who were the Aryans? Its answer, the Aryans were a large tribe from the Central Asia. Next question, when did the Aryans come to the subcontinent? Yes, they came in the subcontinent around 1500 BCE. Again, the next question, what was the language of the Aryans? What was the language of the Aryans? Yes, children, you are right. Their language was Sanskrit. What was the religion of Aryans? What was the religion of Aryans? The answer is Hinduism. Dear children, now see the great empires. After the Aryans, many other people came to rule this region. First of them were the Persians. In the 5th century BCE, the Persians came and created a huge empire, including the land which is now Pakistan. They made Taxila the capital of their empire. They introduced many ideas and also learned new ways from the Aryans. The Greeks. After many years, the Greeks under Alexander came into the subcontinent through the Khyber Pass. They defeated the Persians. The Greeks were art-loving people and influenced the art and sculpture in Gandhara and Taxila. Most of the people of this region were Buddhist. The Mauryans. The Mauryans came from the east. The most famous Mauryan ruler was Asoka, who extended the Mauryan Empire through wars and conquests. Asoka fought the Battle of Kalinga, in which more than 150,000 people were killed. The destruction shocked Asoka. He became a Buddhist and gave up violence. He introduced many reforms for his people to give them a secure and comfortable life. He made good rules and inscribed them on pillars and rocks faces throughout his vast kingdom. The Kushans. The Kushans came from the Central Asia. Their most famous ruler was Kanishka. The Guptas. The next dynasty was the Guptas. They had a large empire and a strong ruler like Chandragupta. The Parthians and the Huns. The Parthians and the Huns came into the subcontinent from the northwest. The Huns were a savage Central Asian tribe who caused a lot of destruction wherever they went. Yes, now the questions from the empires, great empires. Question is, name the capital city of the Persian Empire. The answer is Taxila. Next question, who was the famous Greek ruler? Yes, it is world famous Alexander. Who fought the Battle of Kalinga? Asoka fought the Battle of Kalinga. And the next question, who was the famous ruler of Kushan Empire? The answer is Kanishka. Dear children, let's read now impact of ancient empires on the subcontinent. The ancient rulers of empires came and went and brought with them new ideas and cultures which were slowly adopted by the local people. The history of these times can also be found in the records of two Chinese travelers and pilgrims, Fa Xin and Huinsang, And now the learning. During the early ages, especially in the 4th and 5th centuries, the ancient rulers gave importance to education. There were great advances made in mathematics, astronomy, art, and other subjects. Texla was a seat of learning with a big university. It was also where people came to study about Buddhism from faraway lands. Texla was also one of the centers of Buddhism, so many Buddhist scholars came here, learning under the Mauryas, Guptas, and Nandas. Learning advanced under the Mauryas and Guptas. Harsha, the ruler of the Nanda dynasty, set up the Nalanda University in present-day India. It was famous for its mathematician Aryabhata, who cleared the concept of zero. Yes, the question is, which city was the center of education and Buddhism in the Indus Valley civilization? Yes, children. The answer is Taxila. Next question. Who set up the Nalanda University? Harsha, the ruler of the Nanda dynasty, set up the Nalanda University. Who invented the concept of zero? The famous mathematician Aryabhata invented the concept of zero. And now religions. From time to time, new religions came into being. Most of the early people in this land were Hindus. Buddhism spread to many parts of the subcontinent and beyond. Another religion, Jainism, spread within India. It was mainly with the arrival of Muhammad bin Qasim in the 8th century CE that Islam began to spread in the subcontinent. Thank you, children, for watching. Take care. Allah Hafiz.